would like to first start off and say that I am in no way trying to bash my ex-partners or I'm trying to tear them down with this video. I just want to raise awareness and just let people know what I've been through and to share my story. So, without further ado, here we go. I guess I'm 25. I'm trying to do the math right now. I guess it was 2018 or 19. I'm not sure, y'all. Don't fact check me. One of them years, I dated a young individual, 19, 20, like very young, and we met off of a dating app. Not gonna tell you which one, and we decided to hook up. It was gonna be a one night only thing. That's all it was supposed to be, and then it led to a whole 2-year relationship. So we had met up that night, right? I was just trying to get right into it. I did not care, and I know that's not okay. Safe sex is great sex. I wasn't worried about being safe. I was trying to bust a nut. We were texting earlier that day, and she was close, so she was like, fuck it, I'm gonna come over later on tonight. And I was like, yeah, my parents asleep, like, come over. Come over around 12:30, and we was making out. Then I'm like, yeah, like, let me get into them drawers, like. So she's like, oh, I forgot to tell you, I'm on my period. I was like, huh? She was like, a period don't stop nothing but a sentence. Girl, who is you? First of all, that's something you discussed prior. You on your motherfucking period. You let somebody know that you're on your period. You're supposed to hook up and let them choose whether or not they wanted to do it with you. You feel me? I'm a Scorpio, so I'm just like, okay, let's do what it do. You feel me? I decided to ignore that fucking comment, and I was still making out with her. I wasn't going, but we didn't even get to that. We didn't even get to that. But I was thinking about it. But before I even had the chance to really make a decision, I hear a knock on my door. And I'm like, it's 12 fucking o'clock. It's about to be 1. Like, who was knocking on my door? So I look out the window, obviously, because I ain't about to just open the motherfucking door to anybody. I look out the window, it's the police. It was the police standing on my front door, and it was a guy in a car. It was a green fucking van standing in front of the car just like this. I'm like, who the fuck is that? And she was like, oh my God, that's my dad. I was like, bitch, what the fuck is your dad doing here? She was like, oh, I don't know, he got like a tracker on my phone. I'm like, sure, you already doing too much. This is a lot going on. I'm like, what the fuck I'm supposed to do? Like, what am I supposed to say right now? She was like, just tell him I'm not here, I'm asleep. I'm like, okay. I'll let them know. The officer looked like he did not want to be doing this. He looked so fucking annoyed. He was like, yes, I just want to know, is blank 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 here right now? I looked over at the couch, looked at her. Yes, she is, but she's sleeping. He was like, okay, well, can you go wake her up? Her dad wants her to come out. I was like, yes, I'll do that. Of course, officer. He was like, thank you. And I shut the door. I was like, girl, you gotta go. Yeah, I'm about to leave. I'm like, okay, well, thanks for stopping by. So she ends up leaving, and her dad's like cussing her out, like, I don't know what the fuck you doing, going over some, what's up in your head, like, what's up in your mind? The more I got to know this girl, the more I found out that he was like mentally and verbally abusive. Like, he did not allow her to eat regular fucking foods. Like, it was only smoothies and kales and all this other stuff. He didn't let her eat anything. Anyway, so she goes home. I wake up the next day, she texts me like, yeah, I got into a car accident. I was like, what? A car accident? Honey, how? She was like, well, I fell asleep at the wheel. Like, I was so tired on my way home, I fell asleep at the wheel. Are you serious? She was like, yeah, like, I closed my eyes, I drifted off, and I hit a tree. Well, damn. Like, I'm like, are you okay? She's like, yeah, I'm cool. I'm getting another car next week. I'm just sorry that I can't go to work now. I was like, wow. In my mind, I was like, she is so crazy. Like, she is so unique, and I like that. I like that stuff, y'all. I really did. Something about that attracted it to me. It was like all the madness that happened that night. I was like, it just, some of me flipped. Like, yeah, I'm fucking with it. I'm fucking with the energy. I don't know why that was a green flag for me, but it really fucking was. From then on, we started talking more. She got her car fixed the next week. She came back to see me, this time in the daylights. And this time she was off her. We gonna know where we at. We had a lot of car sex. A lot of car sex. I apologize to anyone we have made scarred or scared. Her cars, they were fish bowls. Public indecency is wrong. And it will never, never happen again. Anyways, we did a lot of that, but also we were smoking. We were smoking weed, y'all. A lot of it. Yeah, every time we linked up, all we did was smoke, fuck, and get something to eat. This girl never took me on a proper date. She never took me anywhere exciting. We never went to the movies. It was just like crazy, because whenever I posted us on like Snapchat or stuff, they would always compare us to Lil Uzi and Britney, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. All we did was like, all they saw us do was smoke it, and after of us having sex, like it was just crazy. As we're you know, getting to know each other, I guess, doing a lot of what we were doing, she starts to tell me a few of her secrets. She goes and gets her phone and she shows me this picture. It's a picture of her and her lovely dear mother smiling. It was a beautiful picture. I'm like, aw, it's cute, boo. She was like, yeah, I was high as fuck that day. I was like, oh, thinking that she's talking about weed, right? She was like, yeah, no, I did cocaine. I was like, oh. I looked at the picture. I looked at her. I was like, are you for real? She was like, yeah. I was like, okay, cool. So are you still using? Are you still on? Like, you still do cocaine? And she broke it down and basically was like, yeah. I ain't never seen her do it. I never knew. I just thought she was a very bubbly, bright person, y'all. But everything started making sense. I'm gonna give you some examples. It was one night, right? We were out distributing goods. Let me just say that. We were in a very, very sketchy neighborhood, and it was not the type to play with at all. We text a person like, we're here, right? It's a young guy, but you could tell he was a street dude. About something, she opened up the door, she's like, get in. I was like, bitch, what? I don't know what he got. He could, you know, so I was like, I'm gonna just keep it cool. All he wanted was a 0.5. It was a 0.5. So she's not fucking thinking, oblivious to all of it. In the driver's seat, yeah, giving him the stuff. We get the fucking money, and he closes the door, and I'm like, drive, bitch, drive. Because as soon as he closed the door, he just sat there and was like literally, he stood there for a second and was like that, like he knew he could have had us. He knew he could have had a lick, bro. And she's driving, and I'm telling her like, bro, do not do that shit ever the fuck again. Who would do something like that? That shit was so fucking dumb to me. We're not doing this no more tonight. We're not doing it. Let's go home. So that was one of the things that made me look at her funny, because I'm like, what? And then after she told me what she told me, I was like, oh, that makes sense as to why you did that dumb shit, but don't do that shit no more. Another occasion, she had a tent in her living room. Like a house that you just moved into type shit. It was like one of them. So she didn't have a couch, but the upstairs was set up. She was like, yeah, I have a bedroom, but like I usually stay in a tent. I digged it because, you know, hotboxing in a tent was live. You feel me? I'm like, hell yeah, let's sit in this motherfucker and chill and smoke and do what we do. It was one occasion that I found out she was popping pills. They were Percocets. It caught me off guard, but not too much off guard. But she had it on her fucking little mini table that she had in there. And I was like, ooh, it would be funny to make a little prank and say that I took some when I really didn't. Y'all, she almost beat my motherfucking ass. She was like, where the fuck are they at? I was like, whoa. I don't want no smoke. Are you for real? She was like, don't fucking do that shit, bro. Like, what are you on? I'm like, bitch, what are you on? Like, I need you to calm down. I was like, I'm playing. Like, I'm perping. Oh. I was like, no. And then that night, I did take one. Because, bitch, you're not about to yell at me over some shit I didn't do. Now I'm about to do it. And I got high for like 30 minutes. And I was like, this is the hype. Like, mind you, it was only one, so maybe it would have been stronger if I took, you know, a couple. But I was like, nah. That was another one of the signs where it was just like, you know, something was just wrong. Something was off. Like, she would make a lot of different, like, comments and saying certain things that just was like, I don't understand. So I eventually ended the relationship. Because I'm like, bro, all we do is smoke, fuck, and eat. In that fucking order, and I'm tired of it. Like, I wanted something more in my life. I officially really cut it off and blocked each other from everything, and We didn't speak to each other for years. I tried hitting her up, no response. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm good. Like, maybe she's out here actually doing like good in life and she's feeling better about herself. Like, and then I don't know, out of nowhere, we start talking. Like, she responded to me, I think it was on Snapchat. She hits me up on Snapchat. She asked me back on Snapchat. She's like, yeah, like, what's up? Like, you feel me? I missed you. Like, what's going on? I was like, oh, okay, hey, like, hi, like, I'm doing great. She was like, you want to FaceTime? I'm like, sure. We get on FaceTime, and the first time I noticed, like, she did not look okay. And she was very skittish. Like, she was like, oh, I was like, hey. She was like, hi, it was good. It's good talking to you. Like, what's going on? And we just catching up, you know, lightly catching up. She tells me, like, she's in a better space and environment, and she's working on herself. She said that she was clean. That's good. I'm proud of you. We started talking about relationships. I'm like, yeah, you date anybody? Like, you know. She says, I kid you fucking not, the whole time we broke up and we weren't talking, she was in a 3-year-long relationship with this older, she had to have been around 30 something. We in our 20s, y'all. 30-some old lady. She said that she was white and she had no 2 front teeth. I'm like, you was dating a crackhead. You was dating somebody that was on that shit for real. I'm like, they didn't have no 2 front teeth? She was like, yeah. I was like, I was really bad. I didn't care. I didn't give a fuck. Like, I just wanted to feel love. Like, she said that after I broke up with her, it really sent her down like a spiral. And she basically was willing to get with anybody. And this was somebody that took her in. Like, she was tired of living at home, so she moved in with this person. And obviously, like, it was a very toxic relationship. And this person enabled her because, you know, they were together for a long time, and I think she felt trapped. She had nowhere else to go because, like I said, she was dealing with a lot of shit at home and obviously in her brain. So it was just like she felt like she had nowhere else to go. And when she told me that, it was like an alarm that went off in my head. I was like, yeah, it's time for me to go. I don't know why that just made me feel like I don't want to be around her. Not that I was judging, but it was just seemed like she had way too much on her plate, and I was in the middle of my pimping, and I was like, I don't want that to hold me back. I don't want it to slow me up. It's so fucked up because I could have been a good friend to her, and I could have really stayed around and start talking. But what if she reverts and goes back again? Like, I don't want to get my hopes up inside. Another instance that I knew, like, she was fucking tripping or fooling, like she was just on that shit patch. She used to tell me that she gonna set up her dealer. I'm like, girl, you out your motherfucking mind. And this is when she already told me that she did other drugs. And I'm like, you're gonna get killed or go to jail. I'm like, what are you doing? She was like, yeah, me and my friend, we've got this whole thing going on. So what we're gonna do is intercept him. He's gonna intercept him, get all the drugs and money, bring it to me, and I'm gonna take it and drive away. And I'm like, I don't even, like, what? And I'm sitting there trying to convince her for hours. I'm like, yo, this is a bad idea. Like, don't do this. I don't care if you think this is gonna go cool. I'm like, it's not. Like, bro, this dude know where you work. Like, he could easily find out where you live. Like, didn't care. And I'm like, fuck it. I'm a down asshole. If you gonna do this shit, I'm gonna do it too. He's like, oh, hell no. I'm like, bitch, what you trying to say? Do this, let's do it right. She did not want to listen to any word I said. I don't know if she did it or not. She didn't end up telling me, but I pray that she did not. I pray that she did not. But yeah. After she told me that, while we were broken up, like what she was going through, like who she was with and what she was doing, I was like, yeah, I'm gone. I'm gone. So I just stopped talking to her. I didn't give her a real reason. I just ghosted. That was really bad. I should have used my words, but like that shit really like shocked me and just like took me aback, and I was just like, yeah, I can't go through this shit again. But yeah, that was a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And don't forget to give me a like, comment, subscribe, fuck with your girl, share this with your friends or don't. Whatever you want to do is up to you. Yeah, I'll see you next time.